for me this evening. I've had the pleasure of sitting down with my dad. Within the last half an hour, we just shot a little bit of content, which will be in today's show. So looking forward to bringing you that. I'm also a dad of 2 girls, making them dinner, been working all day as well. So it is an absolute mission to bring everything together in one foul hit. So I've managed to do it. The kids are fed. I'm home from work and I've been all over the transfer deadline day. I've been watching social media over the last couple of hours. So thank you for waiting for me. This isn't my job. It's just a part-time. It's part-time. But I need to shout out our sponsors of today's show. The transfer show is sponsored by D&S Carpets. And without those guys, it wouldn't be possible to bring you the content that we are bringing to you in the way that we are bringing it. So massive shout out to D&S Carpets. Right, we are waiting for confirmation of Adam Armstrong's move to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yet to be confirmed. I'm keeping an eye on the club's website at the moment. Kyle Larin did have his medical yesterday at Southampton. According to Adam Blackmore, I've been listening to Radio Solent whilst I was on my way home this evening, and he was saying that he had his medical at Southampton yesterday, and I think they're just waiting for everything to be put in place. The good news is, I guess, in terms of the deals and everything lining up, there was a few doubts earlier on in the day because Strand Larsen from Wolves was going to Crystal Palace, and there was obviously the issue with Mateta and that deal with AC Milan falling through. Would that affect the last person in the chain? It's like a house out, wasn't it? Being Adam Armstrong at the bottom of that pile. Anyway, the deal for Strand Larsen to Wolves was announced around 14 minutes ago. They haven't announced Adam Armstrong yet, but from what I've read, he has passed his medical this afternoon. Right, get involved in the comments box below. The good news is I can get all your chat on the screen this evening. I can pull everything through. So looking forward to getting you guys involved. Got D&S Carpets in. Big up to D&S Carpets. Absolutely. Today's sponsor of the transfer deadline day special. Plenty of you tuning in live as well. Give me all your reaction to our transfer business. There's also a poll running on your screen as well. And I want to get your opinions and your thoughts on it. Are Saints weaker now than they were at the start of this window? And I'll be very intrigued to see if many people vote no. As I feel at the moment, I do feel we are weaker. With Adam Armstrong going out the door. That's how I feel. My dad will have his say on it very shortly. My dad's chat with me is coming up at 7:45 this evening. So at 7:45 this evening, this stream will be rolling to around 8:30, 8:45 for as long as we can keep it rolling for. Really, we're just waiting for all the deals to be confirmed. But what we will do is we will focus on what has happened today and what has been done at Southampton, because there have been some bits of business that we need to talk about. We already know about Gavin Bazunu. We already know about Ronnie Edwards. Kyle Larin, we're just waiting for confirmation of that one. The done deal for Adam Armstrong, we believe that is done. Announcing at 8, somebody just said in the chat below. Joe Aribo, he has finally exited Southampton. He won't play in the red and white stripes of Southampton again. Joe Aribo has joined Leicester City for the remainder of this season. I'd like to wish him all the very best for his time moving forward. I think he's a decent human being. And from what Adam Blackmore said in his tweet earlier, he put a really good tweet out, and I'm going to read it to you and get your opinion on it, because I thought it was... He took a bit of stick for it, actually, as well. He took a fair bit of abuse for what he said. He went on to say, good luck to Joe Aribo at Leicester on loan, all confirmed now. He'll be out of contract in the summer and moving on. The misuse of him this year has been a bloody travesty, said Blackmore. Should and could have been a really good player this season in the Championship, and he's one of the good guys. So Adam Blackmore holds him in high regard. Joe Aribo is now a Leicester City player. Where will he end up later on in the year? If you do have issues with the audio, just press refresh on the page and it should be absolutely fine. There was a little bit of a bug on YouTube. I'm not convinced it's my system. I just think there is an issue when you tune in live. You just need to press refresh. But if you do press refresh, it will refreshen it up and it will make it a bit smoother. We do have a piece of kit coming next week, so I'll be able to do call-ins. So you'll be able to, we're going to do a call-in show. That's the next step on the channel, when we do call-in shows and be able to bring people in via the phone and not sending out links, which is always a little bit fiddly to do. And also it will make the audio in these shows a lot better. I'm doing a lot of this on the fly and I don't have all the buttons to press things to move the screen around. So literally everything I'm doing, I'm scripting and trying to move it all myself at the same time. I'm like a live producer and presenter all in one. And yeah, and a dad to two girls. It's a mission at times, life, isn't it? But you bring it all together. You bring it all together, make it all work. Keep your comments coming, keep the chat coming. I want to hear all your opinions. But the Nigerian featured just 7 times for Saints in the Championship this campaign. He will join Leicester, who sit 16th in the Championship. Aribo, get this, he played over 100 games for Saints. He played 111. I looked this up this afternoon after joining for Rangers for £7 million. Was he good value for money? Yes or no? Get involved in the comments box below. We'd love to hear your opinion on that. And all those appearances for Saints this season have all come from the bench. So all over for Joe Aribo. I've got to say, when I saw his debut for Saints, I was really excited. I thought he scored that wonder goal in the wavy blue kit. Do you remember the Hummel wavy blue kit? That awful blue kit? Quite unbelievable that day he was brilliant, and he scores scores on the day. Can't remember who it was against. Can't remember who it was against. Can someone let me know? Because I love to know exactly who it was against. We are waiting for confirmation on Adam Armstrong. We are waiting for confirmation also on Cameron Archer. Did he get a move to Rangers? He was in discussions. Rangers wanted Cameron Archer. Has he gone? Has Adam Armstrong gone? We still don't know. If you hear anything, get in the chat box below as well. I'm all over social media and trying to do that as well. I'm keeping an eye on that. I do need somebody to be my live producer because it would make my life so much easier just to feed me the information as it's going on. I'm not very good at doing 2 things at once, but someone in my ear would be quite handy. Good news, Taylor Harwood-Bellis. He has remained a Southampton player. West Ham United didn't come back with a bid, but they are expected to return in the summer. So it would be very, very interesting to see what happens in the summer with Taylor Harwood-Bellis. I just seen a tweet a second ago. I'm just going to read this out loud. Sport Republic have signed 45 players for the Southampton first team. None have scored double figures, and joint top goal scorers among them is a centre-back, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, 9. That is all thanks to Tom Murray, who is on the breakfast show with BBC Radio Solent. I'll read that back to you. Sport Republic have signed 45 players for the football club for the first team. None have scored double figures, and a joint top goal scorer amongst them is a centre-back, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, 9 goals. Quite an incredible stat. That was from Saints Extra. I've just seen that on. That is over on X. The deal sheet to take Adam Armstrong to Wolves has been submitted, says Alex Crook. That is a breaking bit of news as well. We'll keep an eye on that one. I'm going to get some of your chat very, very shortly up on the screen. I appreciate you all tuning in. There's a huge amount of you tuning in this evening, which is massive for the channel. The growth over this transfer window has been quite incredible. Around 450 of you watching live. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Like the video as well, if you wouldn't mind. That massively helps the algorithm moving forward and the growth of the channel. And hopefully some really, really good content to come your way over the next couple of months, including the Saints Legends game against Man United. And later on in March, I did speak with the Saints Foundation with them today. Going to do some bits with them at some stage later on. So are Saints weaker now than before the start of the window? 75% of you are saying we are weaker. There is a 25% of you saying that we are not. Very, very interesting. I want to get all your opinions now. Right, Joe Aribo, give me your thoughts on him. He's the man on the screen. I'm going to come right back through all your comments now. Right. It was against Villarreal. Thank you, Phil, one of our patrons, one of our YouTube members, one of the biggest supporters of the channel, Phil. Thank you very much. Absolutely amazing. Really, really kind of you. An amazing advocate for the football club. I really appreciate that. I'm just here as an independent fan, creating a fan channel that touches people all over the world. People that don't tune into radio, that don't want to subscribe to get their news. It's all free on this channel. Everything I produce is free to absolutely everyone. Yes, you may get a few YouTube adverts, but they all help with the running of the channel. But if you do become a YouTube member for £1.99, you can get loads of ad-free content. I need to drop that in there. That is for sure. James Bree has made us stronger. I totally agree with that. Quite unbelievable that he was loaned out. You will hear what my dad has to say about James Bree later on in the show. That is coming up at 7:45 this evening. I heard we re-signed Ricky Lambert. Ricky Lambert is going to be pulling his shirt on for the Saints Legends against the Isle of Wight. I said I'm pretty sure he'd be playing against Man United as well. Paul's in the live. Martin, this transfer window is the clearest sign Sport Republic is getting ready to sell the club. I would have to massively agree with what you're saying there. My dad will be all over that with his comments very, very shortly. I don't know your... yeah, thank you very much for that. It's very kind of you. I really appreciate your kind comments and always watching the channel and always commenting. I really do appreciate it. The chat's pretty fast. I'm saying hello to every single one of you. Dave's in the live somewhere. Dave Bart, thank you for joining, mate. I know you're a big fan of the channel. I'd like to give you a shout out because you're a big fan of this channel, and I know you are always watching in the background. Sport Republic, get out, put it up for sale. You're toxic. There is a video doing the rounds today over on X, and it has Rasmus Ankersen speaking at a meeting, some sort of feature whilst at the club Göztepe, the other club that they own in Turkey, and he described them as a bigger club than Southampton. Quite incredible comments that he made there. Yes, he was probably trying to appease the people in the room, but probably a comment he didn't need to have to say because it was always going to be found by the Southampton fans. It was from a long time ago, and it's been brought to light. Again, absolutely disagree. Selling Armour on the cheap. Proven goal scorer halfway through the season. We have nothing left to offer. If Adam wanted to leave, then get rid. Yeah, it does seem like Adam Armstrong did want to leave. He did want to leave the football club. We're still waiting for that deal sheet and for that to be confirmed. It's still not on the Southampton website. It's still not there. They've only confirmed a couple of outgoings. We should cover those very quickly here on the channel, those other outgoings today. The other one, it's been confirmed that Bella Kopchap, forgot all about him. He has completed a permanent move to Hellas Verona in Italy. He was on loan anyway, and there was an option to buy him. They're saying I'm not seeing the confirmation of how much the deal is. A few people were telling me on text earlier that it was around £5 or £6 million. I'm not sure how much that was. What a terrible, disastrous signing he was. But Armau Bella Kopchap is out of Southampton. I told you I'm not very good at doing two things at once. It's been a long day today. I work in at the moment, my job is working in a shop that sells log burning stoves and cookers. I did sell a 15 grand cooker last week, so I was very happy with myself with that. Actually, I sold 2 cookers last week. I sold a little one and a big one. So just not on commission, unfortunately. How much did Saints pay for Armau Bella Kopchap? I'm not sure what they paid for him, but he's going for 15. What was the transfer fee? I'll be intrigued to know what his transfer fee to Saints was. They signed him for 8.6 million. Actually, not a terrible return on what has been an awful player. And when he was here, didn't he stink the place out with his attitude? Terrible attitude that he had while he was here. Came back into the fold last year under even Juric, under a bit of pressure from the fan base at the time. But yeah, I thought he was desperately poor when he played. And yeah, a man made of glass. Wolves have submitted the deal sheet to allow extra time to complete the signing of Adam Armstrong. Mad, isn't it? They submit a deal sheet. Hasn't the deal been done all weekend? The bloke was apparently out injured at the weekend, had a knock, but the deal sheet has been submitted. I'm going through that X feed, and every time I look through it, all I see are clips of that video of Rasmus Angus. And if you haven't seen it, that is the place to go and see. It was from a couple of years ago. It's just been brought to light today. I'm going to get some more of your chat involved. So I'm Al Bellicott out. Before I come to your chat, there was one more. Juan Larios, Real Zaragoza. He's headed back out to... It's another loan. I thought they're bringing him back to sell him, but he hasn't got sold. He's been loaned back out. He links up with Ruben Selles at Real Zaragoza. I didn't realise he was the manager there. Links up with him on loan. Saints paid $6 million from Man City for him. Another poor signing. Should Cienza be captain? Well, he could certainly be vice-captain now. Who will be the vice-captain? Adam Blackmore is a question for him to ask at the next press conference. Unfortunately, I don't go to the press conferences, so I cannot ask the manager any questions. But if I was in it, I would ask that question for you. Could Leo Cienza become the vice-captain? Adam Armstrong's exiting. He has been vice-captain. I think Leo Cienza should absolutely be in the mix for that. If you just type in hashtag SaintsFC, you will find all the Saints chat on there as well. I think Bella Armstrong... Oh, I come to the wrong chat. It's so quick. There's so many of you in. I'm flicking through the chat and it's too quick for me. Hold on. I was going to come to another chat. I assume that Adozie is going to stay. Then why not play him? Well, you absolutely have to, Josh. I agree with that he does need to be reintegrated. Alfie House on the Total Saints podcast last night did go on to say that the club will reintegrate him. I thought they'd done that after Will Steele had left. I thought that was the case under Will Steele, that he's being reintegrated. Honestly, some of the stuff comes out is absolutely bizarre at times. Will Steele, the favourite, by the way, to become the manager at Watford. Could he be the manager for the weekend? Will Steele, the favourite, I saw on TalkSport today, to become the manager at Watford. He's not that stupid, is he? Surely not. But it seems to me he keeps getting linked with jobs in England, and one of those was Oxford a couple of weeks ago. I totally agree with this comment that I've just seen pop through. Should have never sold Ballard, and I totally agree with that one. Don Ballard outscoring goals. Surely he would have been a better option than a guy that hasn't played a great deal of football in the last couple of years. We will find out a bit more about our new striker in the coming days. What else do we have in the chat? We're going to keep coming to all your comments. Give me all your thoughts on Adam Armstrong, and also do get involved in that poll on the screen. Are Saints weaker now than when the window started? I guess I do want to get on the channel. I did listen to the young lady that was on Radio Solent tonight, Summer Simmons. I thought she spoke very, very well. And she was very honest about her views on the ownership as well. The owners are going to come under a lot of scrutiny, selling our top striker, our top goal scorer, and replacing him, by the looks of it, with a man that hasn't played a lot of football recently. Right, let's come back to your chat. If I keep itching, I'm really sorry. I have an issue where, like, before I come on camera, I keep coming up with these little... don't know, these little rashes, whether it's stress or not, I don't know. I get really itchy and I don't know why. I know it sounds bizarre. That will get clipped up by someone, but yeah, I don't know why. I just keep itching all the time. I have had an antihistamine. I don't know what is wrong with me at the moment. Right. What else do we have in the chat? I think Armour should not have left. As we saw, we had a horror of a season when he left on loan. We were in the Premier League, though. That's the only thing I would say. Someone else going on to say, can't do much worse than Sport Republic, can they? Have you seen the footage of Larin? Yeah, I've been watching clips. I watched a really good interview today on YouTube, and I'm going to find the clip for you, actually. And then when my stream is finished this evening, you may want to go and watch it. It was on YouTube, so it will be on my YouTube history, won't it? So I could share it with you. There was a Canadian... podcast that I was watching. There was a couple of journos, I think, on there, and they were talking about Carl Larin. What next? It was recorded. When was it recorded? It was couple of 5 days ago. They recorded it, but they spoke about his last few years as a player, how he'd made the wrong moves, how he's on the verge of being bombed out by Jesse Marsh, the manager of the Canadian national side. And it's well worth a watch. I would recommend you watching it. I have found the link, so I'm going to pop it in our chat below, and you can go and watch it. And it's well worth. I'm going to pin it for you, because it's going to get lost. If I don't pin it, the chat's too quick. Oh, I can't keep up with the chat. Story of my life. Can't keep up. Right, I've pinned it. I managed to pin it. There's 508 of you here. Jesus Christ. 508 tuning in to watch a football fan just talk about his club. Absolutely crazy. Right, let's get some more of your chat up on the screen. But I have watched his clips. Someone says a dozy. Look, if he was... Yeah, I get your point. I think if he's any good, he would have been back involved by now. I think if he was any good and they really felt he was going to make a difference, he would have been back involved. Why did they have to balance the books? They've only just got big money for Dibbling and Fernandez. And it does feel like that. Is he injecting money into the club on a day-to-day basis to run it? Or do they use the player transfers and the player sales to balance the books? Or are they thinking and looking ahead to the summer, knowing that we probably won't go up, and they need to try and plan ahead? They don't have loads of big assets left, but you know for a fact, if we don't go up, we will end up losing Harwood Bellis and Leo Cienza in the summer. You would expect it. That's how I feel, and we will be really, really short, and we will end up in a far, far weaker position. This was a big chance to try and get back to the Premier League. The Championship, by the way, I don't think is particularly good. I don't think the Championship is particularly good, and I see there's a great opportunity to get in the playoffs and to go and cause some damage in it if we were ambitious enough. A lot of people saying we're an absolute shambles. Blackmore is saying that the deals might not be done until after 8 p.m. now. Thank you very much, Nick. Keep an eye on it for me. You can be like my live producer tonight. Just keep me up to date. Keep getting involved in the chat and give me all your thoughts. Will Cameron Archer remain at Southampton? Well, I did hear today that he was very, very close to a move to Rangers. However, it's been put on hold because Saints were looking at bringing 2 strikers in. They're only going to bring 1 in, and Cameron Archer looks like he's going to have to stay. So this time a week ago, Cameron Archer was training on his own, and now he's going to be brought back and he's going to end up having to be reintegrated. And how does he feel as a footballer? It'd be very interesting to get my dad's views on that. I've already recorded it a little while ago. And we did touch upon it, and he was speaking about a interview he saw with Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, a very similar situation where he was sold by Chelsea. It didn't happen. Managers changed, owners changed. I don't know what the crack was, and he ended up getting ended up back at the football club. And this has happened to Cameron Archer once already. Cameron Archer last year was on the verge of leaving Southampton. I don't know where he was going, but I know he had 2 Premier League clubs lined up to take him last January. Adam Armstrong wanted out last January. He wanted out, went to West Bromwich Albion. Cameron Archer ends up stuck at the football club. You imagine what his confidence was like, and the same thing's going to happen again. I've never seen such player have such bad luck. I just think he's had such bad luck as a player. But he was going to Rangers, Cameron Archer. It's not happening by the looks of it at the moment. Yeah, Blackmore is saying that deals might be done until after 8 p.m. Absolutely brilliant. A lot of people saying it's a lack of ambition. We'll get my dad's opinions on that in around 5 minutes' time. Saints Guru says that Larin actually did his medical yesterday. That is true. Yeah, he did say that. I heard him say that. Martin, is that clip that I sent you, mate, or is it a new one? The one that you sent me, yeah, a friend of mine. I did send it to him earlier, actually, as well. He couldn't quite believe what he was seeing. Stuart, thank you for joining. We've needed a centre forward for years, but we keep signing dudes and players that get injured. All our best players can't play 2 games in a row in 90 minutes. Why? Big question marks. I totally agree with that one. We are just waiting for the confirmation of Adam Armstrong to Wolves. I'm just refreshing their website now. Strand Larsen has completed his departure to Crystal Palace. The Norwegian had 18 months at Molineux, scored 20 goals in 64 appearances. Not a bad player, but by the looks of it, was going to replace Mateta, and that's not happened. So they've ended up with a couple of decent strikers at Wolves. Wolves planning for the Championship next season. They'll be facing Saints next season. I just find it bizarre that we're going to end up facing Adam Armstrong next season in the Championship, because we won't go up, will we? There's no danger of us going up now. And we'll end up facing him next year. I just find it really frustrating. Big Daddy is in. Hope you're well. Why do we always sign bum strikers? It's so depressing. I don't know, mate. It could be off a spreadsheet, I guess. A lot of people saying they do this stuff off the spreadsheet. Hi there, Martin. Wondered where is best to contact you for business propositions. The company I work for would love to reach out to you formally for a partnership. Well, we are looking for partners. We have many different shows that we are looking for partners for. info@footballmartin.com, mate. I'm going to leave it in the chat below. We've got loads of different people want to partner with us, which is absolutely fantastic. We've got some big interviews coming up as well, by the way. I'm not going to give too much away, but we do have some massive interviews coming up. I'm not really told anyone what I've got in the pipeline because I don't like to leak it. But you've got to stay tuned, and there will be some great opportunities coming up. So we'll put my email address in the chat. So if anybody does want to reach out, great to have you on, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, Harrison. Thank you very much indeed. Lauren and Stuart, very similar in playing style. Yes, they are, mate. They're very similar in playing style. And my aim is I will get a journalist on the channel at some stage this week. I've got a bit of time after the window closes to bring somebody on that's watched him, whether that's a journalist over in Holland or I get someone from Spain that could give us a little bit more of a lowdown on Lauren, because it would be good to find out a bit more about him, what he's like as a player. But from what I read yesterday, it does feel to me that his best days are probably were in Turkey. He had a good time in Turkey, but since then, they kind of were saying in the in that link I've sent you, if you watch it, they were saying in there that he basically had just gone to the wrong clubs. He's 30 years old. He's 6'2". He plays as a central striker but can drift left. Predominantly right-footed. He was at Feyenoord on loan. Played no football. He was at Real Mallorca. That deal there just didn't work out. He was there for a couple of seasons. But his best time did come over at Besiktas in Turkey. He had a little spell at Club Bruges. Will Steele would probably know him or know of him. That is for sure. But I have got some of his stats. So his best football come at in the MLS at Orlando City. He had 87 appearances, 43 goals. At Besiktas, he played 108 times for the club. He scored 39 goals, and not exactly prolific. Had a spell in Belgium where he scored 33 goals, 33 games and 9 goals. Club Bruges in Belgium, 10 appearances, 1 goal. Real Mallorca, he had 76 appearances, 14 goals, and was shipped out to Feyenoord, where he scored the 1 goal in the Europa League. But did make a name for himself at Orlando City in the MLS. His most prolific European spell was at Besiktas, where he scored 39 goals in 108 appearances. Had that time in Belgium. No standout totals whatsoever. Went to Spain, didn't do a great deal there neither, and has had a bit of a disaster in Feyenoord. So just looking for the right club. Looks like a bit of an Unuachu type striker, doesn't he? And it does beg the question, is that we biffed off Unuachu, and could Unuachu have been better than this guy? Well, when you look at his stats and his numbers, actually, a far better option would have probably been Unuachu. Right, keep the chat coming. Love to hear what you're saying. If you've got any updates, would be good to read those. I haven't seen about Leeds offering for Taylor Harwood Bellis. Just going to go through some of your chat. There's so much here. Martin rumoured to interview VVD. Yeah, it would be pretty amazing. Virgil van Dijk, if you're on about Virgil van Dijk, that'd be pretty epic. I've got some Saints legends that are going to come on and do podcasts with me, which will be really good. Alex is on. Evening, Martin. 500 live streams is massive. Interesting stat that Tom Murray posted on the one about Sport Republic. 45 signings have scored. 45 signings, not had one score more than 9 goals, and it's a centre back. It's quite, mate, an outrageous statistic, isn't it? What terrible recruitment. Certainly when it comes to strikers, you wouldn't believe it, would you? You wouldn't believe it, would you? 552 of you tuning in live this evening. Thank you so much. Give me your opinions. Would we have been better off keeping Paul and Oachu? Going to end the poll, by the way, to find out how many people voted. Oh, wow. It was a pretty epic amount of votes. There was 372 votes. Are Saints weaker now than at the start of the window? 75% of you said yes, and 25% of you said no. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Who's your favourite Saints player ever? Oh, that's a good question. Matt Letizia, I can't not say Matt Letizia, followed by Ricky Lambert. They're my 2 favourite all-time Saints players. But 538 of you tuning in live, and we do have a full interview chat that I did in the studio behind me with my dad this evening. He came round to see me. Absolutely superb. My dad's an absolute legend. He will be tuning in. I'm so lucky and so privileged to be able to have him come round and just chat to me about football, because his knowledge is just epic. And I get to capture it on camera for you guys to tune into. So here is my conversation with my dad. It's around 15, 16 minutes in length. And by the time we wrap up that, will be just past 8 o'clock. So we'll be able to see if the deal sheets are in. Gives me a little bit of a breather as well. Stay tuned, because I will still be here. But check out my chat with my dad that we filmed just around an hour and a half ago. Right, welcome along to this segment with my dad. Football Dad is here in the studio. Thank you for coming in, Dad.
Thank you.
First person in the studio, so this is very new, and yeah, you're very honoured to make it into my man cave.
Wow.
The Football Martin man cave, the studio.
I've arrived.
It's great to have you here, mate.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about some of the transfer stories. I wanted to get you on. Big hit on the channel. Everyone wants your opinion, so I'm here to get your opinion.
Okay.
We're going to start with Adam Armstrong. Been the centre of a lot of speculation over the last couple of weeks. Does look like he, at the time of recording, though this will go out at gone 7 o'clock, but it will happen. It looks like Adam Armstrong's a done deal to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Southampton's top goal scorer, the man that scored 11 goals this year, 24 goals last time round in the Championship. They're going to sell him for £7 million plus £2 million in add-ons, but the same sort of fee that they paid for Damien Downs.
Yes, it seems ridiculous. It seems ludicrous, because if they were serious about trying to get it into the playoffs, then you're only going to sell your top scorer if you're going to replace him with somebody who's equally good, if not better. So it doesn't really make a great deal of sense to me at all. But then there's quite a lot of things that go on with Southampton Football Club that don't really make any sense to me.
Yeah, a lot of people said that he doesn't want to be here. He wants to move on. He wants out. But he did sign a contract at the start of last summer for another 2 years at the football club.
Well, yeah.
So he committed his future, and like he had another year on it. And I just kind of feel if you want to get to the playoffs, he's the man that's going to deliver goals. And a lot of people say, well, he doesn't suit our style of play. He still scored 11 goals this season.
Yeah, I think I think I mean, any other club, any other set of supporters will be looking and thinking, what are they doing? Why are they selling their goal scorer? Why are they doing it? It just doesn't add up. And I mean, and if he doesn't want to be there, and you say he signed a contract, well, I'm sorry, mate. If you signed a contract, you ought to honour it for the fans as much as anything who have supported him all the way. Then he should at least see it out to the end of the season. But once again, we don't really know what's going on. But
Yeah.
it's a bit disappointing.
The players always take the flak. I was chatting to someone today that a lot of the players take the flak, and I'm talking to someone very, very well connected in the game today, and he said to me, the players will always take the flak, and we don't actually know what goes on behind the scenes. Do you just think Saints wanted to cash in? They saw the offer that, well, we won't get this again. We'll take it now.
Yeah, I think it's quite likely because they're devious. That's how football clubs are. We've dealt with football clubs for years, and they're different. They're a different business. They're different beasts. And the people that are running Saints, sometimes I kind of wonder, what they really want out of Southampton football.
What do you think they want out of Southampton? A lot of people in the comments on all our content saying, do they really want promotion? What is the ambition of the owners moving forward? What do you feel that Sport Republic's ambition is for this season for the football club?
Well, if they sell Adam Armstrong and they don't replace him with a decent striker, then their ambition is to stay in the Championship, not get near the playoffs, and take the consequences, which is a gamble, because
it's a huge gamble.
Because what you could see happening is that a second season in the Championship would be a lot harder with reduced payments, and the squad will be inferior without any doubt, which will lead to the stadium being less full, less beer being drunk in the fan zone, less merchandise being sold, and it's a knock-on effect. And a club the size of Southampton could easily end up like Stoke or Blackburn,
stuck in the Championship.
Yeah.
And you do feel that now.
And there's a big danger of that. But I don't really know what they want, and I can't see anybody that does know what they want. I mean, if you're 7 points adrift, we should be closer. But you would think, okay, we started a reasonable run. Let's give it a go. Let's really go and see how far we can get with this.
Yeah.
And by taking out the source of a lot of your goals, you're making it a lot harder for yourself.
Yeah, they're going to bring in Carl Larin. We don't know loads about him, Larin. We don't know loads about him. I've done a bit of research over the last 24 hours since he's been linked. He's not played loads of football. 3 years in Spain, 2 years in Spain, didn't do a lot. He's ended up at Mallorca. Not a great fit for him. They were saying as a player, he's gone out and he's been playing in Holland for Feyenoord. He's had no game time at all. He scored 1 goal all season, had hardly any minutes of football at all, and now he's deemed to be the striker that is going to lead the line going forward.
Again, that's another stupid. It's just another gamble, And some of the recruitment has been good. We'll give them credit for that. Fellows,
Leo, Fellows, Yanda,
Azaz. They've been really, really good, but there's been an awful lot of misses. And you look at it, and today got Bella Kocher's on his way.
Done deal. He's gone.
Yeah, there's another
£85 million. They're saying reportedly around £5 million for him to
for whatever reason.
Right.
Another. It's just been a complete waste of time again. And there's young players being released. There was another central defender, I think, going to somewhere in Spain, was it?
Larius has gone.
There's another player as well.
Larius is linking up with Ruben Sellers. Yeah. A player we spent £6 million on. We've never really seen him.
And
Joe Shields is a terrible transfer window that he had.
Oh, you just wonder where the club's going, really, at times.
Do you worry now, like, as we're coming to the end of this window, at the time of recording, we don't know if there's going to be a rabbit out of the hat signing. This is going to go out a little bit later in the evening. It would have to be something pretty special to come in up front, because you take your source of goals out in Armstrong, and no matter what anyone says about him, he doesn't suit our style of play. Well, he has suited our style of play, because in some of our best performances this season, he was our best player. At Charlton away, he was our best player. At home against Leicester City, he was good. West Brom at home, he can play the system. So for me, like, that argument, I'll quash it by saying that I think he's.
Yeah,
I think he can absolutely play the way we want to play.
He's had some bad games recently. He's one of these players that once he scores a goal or two, he thrives on it, and he can't stop scoring, and he's unplayable. And then he hits barren spells, and that is quite quite a normal
Yeah.
any football. You know, with the exception of perhaps a Harry Kane, strikers will go through spells when they score. Beats did it. He was on fire.
Baron spells.
Yeah, he did.
Kevin Davis.
Yeah, they all did.
I put long back in the years when you were watching it when you were younger.
Mick Shannon never had Baron spells. Not that I can remember.
Yeah, what a player! What a player! When we go through some of the deals that have been done, Damien Downs has gone out on loan to Hamburg. He's injured already. He didn't play against Bayern Munich on Saturday. I did see some highlights from that. It was a 2-2 draw. Really good game. I saw the highlights on YouTube. He's gone out on loan. And there's talk about players maybe being recalled in this loan. He definitely won't be coming back. Disastrous signing, wasn't it?
Oh, well, it was just another ill thought. I mean, I know I keep on about signing him and not giving Don Ballard a chance, but you know,
we should talk about Don Ballard.
Yeah,
we should talk about it because he was a good player.
You know, he was never ever given an opportunity, and he's gone to a league lower. Admittedly, it's a league lower, but he looks a quality striker, and just the club has just missed opportunities time and time again.
Yeah, and then you start getting it right quickly. Gone are the days of the black box that we once had when we were unearthing great gems, like some Mane and Petrella.
Chucked in the itching, I think.
Yeah, Bazunu's gone out on loan, got injured. Ronnie Edwards was sold for $5 million. And then you look at Laren's supposed to, by the time this is going out, he's probably signed. He's in on loan. It looks like it's going to be a loan for Laren. So we're selling the top goal scorer and bringing in loaning. You surprised by this being a loan, this Cole Laren? Makes it less of a gamble, I guess, but it's still
less of a gamble, but it's a huge gamble. If it, you know, the club are running out of goodwill with the fans, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you know, you think for once, think about it. Just think about it. I mean, Diaz is scoring for Derby.
Yeah, he could come back,
and he could. I don't think he will come back for 1 minute, but you know, they sign players like a Dozy. A Dozy's a good player.
Still not out. He's still not got a move.
He's not.
Apparently, he's going to be reintegrated according to Total Saints podcast last night. If he's not.
But I thought he already had been reintegrated.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's spinning. You know, these football clubs, they spin more than politicians, really.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. Right, what else do we have? Armstrong out. We've covered that one. Joe Aribo's gone to Leicester City on loan to the end of the season. His contract expires. That's Joe Aribo done. They got him off the wage bill, which is what they needed to do.
Yeah.
A good bit of business to move him on. He's not playing any.
Yeah,
the squad, even though he's gone to Leicester. Well, graveyard for Southampton players and terrible goalkeepers.
And definitely terrible goalkeepers. No, I just think Aribo was really good at his time, but again, he's just not figured really. He's not been fit enough. There's so much wastage. There's wastage at that football club. I don't understand it really.
Yeah, Adam Blackmore did a tweet about Joe Aribo. Actually, I'll get you to react to it. And he went on to say about Aribo, good luck to Joe Aribo at Leicester. All confirmed now. He'll be out of contract in the summer and moving on. The misuse of him this year has been a bloody travesty, said Adam Blackmore. Should and could have been a really good player this season for the Championship, and he's one of the good guys.
Yeah, it's true. Well, it was the same with James Bree at the start of the season, shipping him out to Charlton.
Yeah, the best right back at the club.
And the best right back at the club, and they brought him back now, and you know, we're a better side for having him there. It's all about decision making, Martin, and they don't seem to ever make the right decisions.
Yeah, no, decision making is key. We've covered Larios. He's gone out on loan, and also Bella Kopchap. That deal's finally done with Helios Verona. So he's off to Italy. Anything that's really disappointed you during the window? Anybody? Obviously, we brought the goalkeeper in, Daniel Perez. I know you're a little bit hesitant on him. I know a lot of the fans in the comments really like him. He seems to be a very, very good talker, I noticed Saturday.
Yeah,
he makes some good saves, does punch a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's the one thing that John Burridge has got. John Burridge is on Facebook, Budgie, we all remember. And he goes absolutely berserk about keepers that can't catch a ball, or no, actually won't catch a ball.
Yeah,
because there's plenty of times when they can and they just punch it, and it's dangerous. I think he's done all right. He's
Makes 2 good saves Saturday.
He did.
What were your thoughts on the game Saturday? Should just touch on it while you're here. You watched it from home.
But playing 4 at the back, like we said all along, it's just such a
Amazing that the fans can be right, isn't it?
Yeah, such a better balance. You're playing 4 at the back. You get the best out of Jack Stevens. You get the best out of Taylor.
Yeah. Good news. It looks like he's staying.
Yeah, he does. The 2 full-backs looked as good as we've seen full-backs this season. I thought it was a really, really good performance. But the glaring thing is, are we really going to be able to rely on Ross Stewart to play every game up front for us
and stay fit?
And I'd love him to, because he does. If anybody deserves a bit of luck, Ross does. But we can't push him. We can't put him in situations where he has to play twice a week, and it injures him again. So that is what I'm worried about.
Finally, to wrap up, to just touch upon Cameron Archer, it looks like his deal, I'm just reading, is going to collapse. He was on his way to Rangers, and they've been talking with Rangers for a good few days. Cameron Archer, massively misused over the last couple of years, struggled to get any sort of time in the side consistently, being probably guilty of different managers. Suited Russell Martin, but like £15 million, again, a huge sum of money.
I think his confidence must be drained.
Must be desperate to get out.
Yeah, because he's not been treated well, and I kind of I wondered, seeing the Armstrong thing going through, whether that would hamper him getting away from Rangers. I wondered.
Getting to Rangers, yeah.
Yeah, and he looks like he might end up staying, and he'll be fed up if he stays.
Yeah. Wonder how a player kind of reacts after they've been told, right, you're not wanted, go find another club. He's gone and found another club. Rangers are in, right, we've got it done. Similar thing happened in the last January window. I know it for a fact. He had another club lined up. Adam Armstrong wanted out. Gets his loan move, and that kept Cameron there. Yeah. Cameron gets no game time, and the same thing's happened again.
Well, it's interesting. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank was on Sky just before I came out, and he was talking about the situation at Palace with
Mateta,
and it looks like that's fallen through. And he said a similar thing happened with him was at Chelsea. Chelsea wanted the money, so Barcelona were going to buy him, but there was a change of manager. I think it was a Barcelona, and it fell through at the last minute. And he said, psychologically, it really damages you.
So, really? Well, the club were just going to happy to sell out. Interesting. That's good point, Ashley. It's great for the show.
One last bit. For the older fans, they might remember Barry Small, that stood behind the Archers Road. Used to collect the balls in games. He was a stalwart of the club. He was also the groundsman at Otterbourne, and he sadly passed away this week. So I just like to pay tribute to his families, and love to his daughter and family.
Yeah, nice touch to bring that to the channel. Thank you very much indeed. It's been great to have Football Dad on this evening. I hope you've enjoyed this little segment as well. Appreciate your time. We will do this again very soon.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure to have my dad on the channel. I hope you enjoyed that conversation that we had earlier. It's the conversations that we normally have together at home, but we just filmed it and we put it on camera, and then I'll put it into my show. So very lucky to be able to do that. I hope you enjoyed that conversation. Right, we'll come back to all your chat. We are still waiting. There's still no confirmation of Adam Armstrong's move. There's still no confirmation on Cameron Archer. Is he staying? Is he going? I'm hoping that he stays and gets an opportunity, Cameron Archer. I popped him up on the screen because he's a man that I'd absolutely love to see getting some game time. And a nice tribute from my dad at the end there. R.I.P. Barry. R.I.P. A few of you know Barry. God bless Barry. Lots of people mentioning Barry. Nice bit from my dad. I didn't hear the story actually. But yeah, superb bit of conversation with my dad. He's brilliant, and he brings something different to the channel, doesn't he? And does connect we have like the age range on who tunes in is quite incredible actually. So it's a good opportunity to bring him on. Yeah, he's a proper Saints fan. The reason I support Saints is because of my dad. He is he's been taking me since I was a young lad. Right, keep your chat coming. We will cover it all. Been refreshing that Saints homepage. Still nothing since they confirmed Joe Aribo exited. No news there. We just wait. I'm sure it's all done and dusted, but you're kind of just waiting for those final bits of confirmation. It's mad, isn't it? The window shut at 7 and it's still on running, and it's 8 o'clock at night. Quite incredible, isn't it, really? I always look around at tweets across social media. I look for my social media favourites. One of those being Glenn to the Core. There's certain people that I really respect and enjoy their thoughts on things. Glenn to the Core, I was hoping to see him on Radio Solent tonight, but he wasn't on there. We should have probably asked him on here, to be fair, but he's always got very good views when it comes to Saints. He said, big wages saved in exits. Didn't think we'd get a fee for Amar Belakopchap. Armstrong and Edwards didn't want to be here. Peretz is a huge upgrade and getting better with every game. Larin is a complete unknown. Might work, might not. Actually find myself pleased that Archer is staying. And I echo what Glenn says, actually. I'm also pleased that Cameron Archer stays and hope that Cameron now gets the opportunity that he absolutely deserves. And I think that there's a good chance that he will get a bit more game time now. And he should do, because he gives you a different option. You can't have all the same strikers to play the same way. And that's what Cameron Archer gives you. But he's just been guilty of like too many managers. I've kind of defended him loads of times. Just don't think he's been given an opportunity. The only manager that played to his strengths was Russell Martin, and he was sacked 4 months after we'd signed him. So, yeah, interested to get all your opinions. Keep your chat coming. There's loads to keep up with, because there's loads of you in the live this evening. There's plenty of you here. There was over 500 a short while ago. I don't know if there is still 500 in, but there was still 500 in, which is quite incredible. So thank you very much. Yatesy, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Larin needs to be given a chance. Let's not write him off before he plays. Such a horrible way to judge in a fan base. Yeah, I know. Lots of clubs do it, and I totally get it. We're 14th in the league. What do you expect us to sign? Back the players. And you absolutely do. I think you're right in absolutely everything you say there. Backing the players is really, really important. It is important, and you just never know. He may come in and just score a goal or two straight away, and before you know it, could be a hero. Who knows? Football Dad speaks for all of us. No, he speaks sense, that's for sure. That is what we're all about. Nobody will come in for Leo, not in this window. I think they will in the summer. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think there will, certainly the promoted clubs, there will be clubs all over. And the number 7 shirt up for grabs, by the way. Does Leo Cienza get that? Does Leo Cienza get the number 7 shirt? Will he want to change numbers mid-season? Probably not, when half the young fan base have got his name on the back of the shirts. Armour has gone. Who takes the penalties? Very good question. That is one for you guys in the chat below. Who takes the penalties? Cienza doesn't actually strike me as a penalty taker. I'm not sure if he is a penalty taker, but could he be? It'd be interesting to see who takes pens. I can't imagine Tom Fellow's been a penalty taker. Yeah, it's a really good one. It's a really good one. Loads of people in the chat tonight that I've never seen before. Cam Archer was always more of a long run than Armour. Happy if he stays. Out of the two, I would have sold Armour as well. I think Armour's the one you're going to fetch more money for. I think with Cameron, he just wants game time. He needs game time. If there's ever a player that just needs some game time, it is him. He needs game time. I've got done deal on Adam Armstrong, though it hasn't been confirmed. I'm pretty sure it will be announced any time soon. I'm refreshing the pages like all the time. Loads of it's good to see everyone's thoughts, actually. Loads of people feeling we're weaker. More people thinking we're weaker than stronger. I kind of feel without Adam Armstrong, we're definitely weaker, that's for sure. Leo, the Lionheart. Someone was saying they agree with Glenn, what Glenn said. Glenn makes good sense, doesn't he? The other question was actually, and someone put it in the chat, they mentioned Oreo. What happens with Romeo, by the way? What happens to Romeo? Does he call it quits? What is it? He's not going to get any game time, is he? What does he do? I just don't see the point of it. Do they just admit it's not worked? I want Archer out on loan for transparency. I want him playing. He has the best potential. He needs to just be playing football. I thought Rangers was a great move for Cameron Archer, by the way. I thought it was a really, really good move for him, because it's a league that's probably far less quality than the champ, like far less quality. And I just think he'd probably go there and score goals and get confidence, and that's everything he needs. He's just never really been given a proper run. This keeps coming around. Everybody feels very much like Justin does there in the chat. Very disappointed at the window. Justin, if you're rating the window, mate, out of 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the best, where do you rank this window? And that's to all of you tuning in this evening. How would you rate the window? It's not, look, we know what's happening. It's just not been confirmed. We know that Laren's coming in. We know that Armstrong's going. We probably not 100. We think that Archer's going to stay. From what we're hearing, Cam Archer's going to stay. Give me your thoughts. Out of 10, what are you giving it? I'm getting cold in the studio, and I'm going to need to, in a minute, grab my Saints jacket, which is on the floor, and I'm going to need to just move to go and grab that. Pat's in. Hi, Pat. Hope you're well. Good to see Armstrong on his way. He came out in the press to say they weren't giving 100%. All your ratings are coming in. Absolutely fantastic. This is good to see. Right. We've got one from Saints SFC_SZN. We've got a 2. That's the funniest one. -10. We've gone with -10. I get it. We've got a -1. We've got a few minuses jumping in. Keep them coming whilst I put my jacket on. It is chilly. I'm in my studio's in my garage, and the heating's gone off now, so I'm getting a bit chilly. What else do we have? Oh my god, your ratings are low. 2. I'm gonna give it a 3 at the moment. If Cameron Archer stays, Oreo's there for leadership in the changing room. Yeah, maybe he's there for. I guess he is if he's in the changing room. Like the lads I went with at the weekend. They were they went to the coach actually afterwards. I don't know. I'm not sure if the boys will be tuning in actually, but if they are, I would be intrigued to know if he was actually there the weekend. When we talk about leadership, was he there? I don't know if he's been travelling, to be honest. A pretty dismal 1 out of 1 to 2, but the new fella may turn out to be a surprise like Leo, then it will be a 10. Yeah, he would probably suit more the way we're trying to play. But we've changed system, haven't we? Like, I was listening to the radio earlier, and Joe Tessima was being interviewed. He'd be good to get on this channel, wouldn't he? If we could find a way of reaching him. I don't know how we reach him, but if we could get him on the window, I think, and get his thoughts on the window, sorry, because his opinions would be really good. And he was talking about like the system we play is different now to what it was at the start of the window, because we were playing with a totally different setup, playing with wing backs and 3 centre backs, and now we're playing with a 4-2-3-1. And when you play with a 4-2-3-1, you need a slightly different profile striker. He won't be able to revert back to playing wing backs. JWP makes his start today. I will watch the second half of that game for sure. Deadwood out, much more important than making a single signing. I agree, getting the Deadwood out. I do agree with that. I'm not sure Armstrong was Deadwood though, but I agree. It was about getting Deadwood out and stripping back the amount of players on the though they're out on loan, we have a lot of players, and we've still got a lot to come back. What sort of record did Casper and Leo come with? Let's not write off Laren yet. To be fair, Leo come with a really, really good pedigree in terms of what he'd done in the last couple of years. He was the best player last season at his club. Hoffenheim. Was it Hoffenheim he was at last year? They were struggling at the bottom end of the division, but he pretty much single-handedly kept him in the Bundesliga. He was pretty good for them. Wherever he's been in the last sort of 3-4 years, he's been pretty epic, Cienza. Yander, a little bit more of an unknown player. But this guy's a little bit older, bit more mature. Prediction for the weekend. We will look at the weekend, closer to the weekend. That's for another show, my friend. That is for another show. But yeah, Watford without a manager, Will's still heavily linked. I said that in the chat. a short while ago. He is on his way, could be on his way to Watford as their manager. Could be. He's one of the favourites. We've been live now for just short of an hour, and we still don't have confirmation of Adam Armstrong's move to Wolves. I thought it would have been in by now. Is there going to be a rabbit out of the hat? Are we going to end up with some unbelievable some unbelievable signing just come out of nowhere? Unlikely, but you never know. Just refreshing the Saints website. We're looking at the Wolves one as well. Nothing on there. Keep your chat coming. Azaz for penalties. Isn't he on the bench? What? James Ward-Prowse. Let's have a look at the squad. Let's have a look. 1-0 Sunderland after 15 minutes, by the way. They're winning already. What's the team lineups? Going to get relegated for the second time in his career. No, he's on the bench. Walker Ugachukwu start. James Ward-Prowse, is he on the bench? Yeah, he's on the bench. He's got the number 20 shirt as well. 1-0 down. I'm going to go watch the second half of that. I'll stay live for a little bit longer and just wrap up what happens. Is there anything surprising? Joe Rebo, I reckon, will be reintegrated now. A lot of people asking. He's around, mate. He's been training. He has been training. He's just not been given an opportunity for whatever reason. But there could be a deal that we don't know about. You just never know. Looks like a strong athlete, but YouTube clips can be misleading at times. Yanda did look good on there. So did Leo. Yeah, they can be misleading. If you clipped up every single Adam Armstrong miss in the last, 3 seasons, you can make him look pretty bad. My dad felt that earlier, Luke. He felt that's how he felt. That he thinks by selling the top goal scorer kind of isn't showing a club that I really want to be in the mix. How important is it that we get back to the Premier League? Do they really want us back in the Premier League? What do they want? Love to hear their opinions, but I'm pretty sure they want us back in the Premier League. But Martin, what do you think of taking a punt? Dele Alli on a free, pay as you play. Yeah, you'd be all over it. It's a good player. If you can get him back and get him back to his best, would be pretty incredible. Yeah, good one here. Football Martin, please ask the fans what has Oreo. There you go. I've asked for you. What has Oreo? I think we should be able to do a Staplewood tour. I'd like to be able to do it. I'd like to be able to do that with you. That would be pretty amazing if we could go and do a Staplewood tour at some stage. I've been there a couple of times. It's pretty good. Somebody feels that armour is dead wood. Great at this level, useless above. The problem is, my argument back to you is he's scored 11 championship goals already and Wolves see him as the man to fire him back. We're a championship bottom end club at the moment. We're not a top end club, and to replace him is really hard. We're struggling to replace him. You know, it's hard to go and find someone that's going to score the goals like him. But yeah, that would be my argument about. I don't see him as dead wood. I would have done it in the summer. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't have. I'm sure he'd come out and say yes, even if he isn't. I don't think he'd come out and say that he isn't happy with it, because I think he's just that sort of manager or coach. We are a weaker team now than we were on January the 1st. Yeah, I echo what you say. And I think you talk sense. Would you have sold Armstrong? Big question to you. You're a football man and you know your stuff, Saint 1944, because you've been in here enough and I know how you speak and I know your opinions. Do you feel we should have kept Adam Armstrong? Is it the right thing to do to sell him? Without somebody that's pretty proven at this level. Yeah, they have come from midfield. I agree they have. Azaz is going to need to chip in a lot more. That's for sure. Leo's starting to score goals. Sheffield United got a coup with Phillips. Did they? Yeah, Phillips is a good player, mate. If he could rediscover a bit of form, you just never know, dear. It's all about finding form. It's a bit the same with Larry, isn't it? I'm just going to go through the Sky Sports deadline day. Just have a little look at the roundup. See what's going on. I haven't watched any of Sky Sports News today for any first time ever. I've not watched Sky Sports News for any of the transfer business. I've literally got it all online, and I've quite enjoyed it. To be fair, it's ideal. It's a good way to get all the information you want. Wolves haven't announced Armstrong, but they have announced Strand Larsen's going out. Millwall, I'm a big fan of this player. Millwall rejected multiple bids for Femi Aziz. Millwall received bids from Ipswich Town on deadline day, and they were rejected. Ipswich's final offer would have been a club record sale for Millwall, but that was also turned down. They're showing some ambition because they really feel a playoff place is well and truly on for them. So, yeah, big stuff for them keeping hold of their star player. He's a top player. I really like Femi. He's one of the best that I've seen in the Championship this year. The live stream needs to come to an end in a little while. I'm not going to stay live for that much longer because I've not had any dinner, and there's not loads more to talk about. You go ahead and do that. Which part? Which part? Please tell me before you go. Before you unsubscribe, please tell me which bit is. Honestly, we don't get many people rude. Sky TV is, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I do really want to know why he's saying that. Might just sent you a WhatsApp. Justin, can you Facebook it to me, mate? Because my camera is my phone. My camera is my phone. So the only way I can read it is if you send it on. We're friends, aren't we, on Facebook, mate? So just ping me a message on there because that would be amazing. That would be epic if you could, mate. If you could, I'd love it. Right, let me just come back over to my screen. I've got about 5 different screens open. Don't bite, Martin. Nah, try not to bite, mate. Try not to bite. If you don't like it, don't tune in. It's simple as that. There's 600 other people that want to come and watch it. Everyone has a choice whether you watch it or not, and you've got an opportunity whether you want to be a subscriber or not. To be honest, don't actually give a shit, really. As long as my 2 girls are healthy and happy, I don't care if he unsubscribes or not. Rock on, mate. Very, very, very weird. Very strange. Always get one twat. Yeah, you do. You can't please everyone, Martin. Let the man leave. Absolutely. Mate, there's loads of them. And to be unfair, on YouTube, you don't really get that many dickheads, to be quite honest. You don't get too many dickheads. The thing is, though, they type it behind a keyboard, but actually don't say it to your face. It's very, yes, it doesn't really happen, really. Doesn't really happen. But yeah, just a rude. Oh yeah, he's replying to that. I didn't say squad though, did I? I said we are at the we are at the bottom end of the table. Didn't say we've got a bottom end squad though, did I? That's where we are. Classic stuff. Should get Lavia back. Yeah, we love Lavia. Absolutely. Based on our games under Tonda, we're 6th place on points accumulated. Yeah, if you'd been in at the start of the season, it could have been different. Oh, mate, appreciate that. No, I appreciate it. Yeah. And you're doing it live as well. It's quite unforgiving doing stuff live as well. But we are at the bottom end of the Championship at the moment. But it is what it is. But it is what it, it is what it, he is a Saints fan because he's been in here before. Just decided to be a dick. But we are that is a fact. We are at the bottom end of the Championship. It is a little bit harder to attract players when you work where you are where we are. But you always get one. You always get one. I'm not going to block him because it can't be asked. The money we receive from Armour really highlights the money we wasted on Downs. Just reading something my friend sent me. Just looking, something that my friends just sent me. Just trying to get my head around it before I say anything. I will do that in a minute. I don't want to say anything that I get wrong and read out wrong. At the bottom, and it's your fault. I'm sure that it is. Hope to see you Saturday. I'm looking forward to seeing you, mate, there. I will be there. Martin, I agree with your dad. The fact we haven't brought anyone in is better in what is leaving shows a lack of ambition. My gut feeling, Adam, is where we finish. I think we will finish just short of the playoffs. But, yeah, we won't be far away. I don't think we'll be far away. I feel we're drifting to become the next Stoke, West Bromwich, Albion, Norwich or Watford. All examples of what happens when you start drifting away. So unhappy with Sport Republic as our owners. Many, many people are. You just leave, don't you? It's quite simple, and if you don't like it, just jog on. Do you know what I mean? Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. It's been a good stream and it's been good fun. Looking forward to watching this later. Yeah, no, you can watch it later. There'll be plenty more in the week as well. I will sit down with Ellie and do a pre-match preview. We have got a guest as well from Watford lined up as well, which is good news. So it's good. It's always good to bring the opposition on, get the opposition's view. We will do that. Still waiting for confirmation on Armstrong. Still nothing. Wolverhampton Wanderers, nothing on their page neither. It's all very, very quiet. So what I will do is I'll do a reaction video at some stage later on. I still don't think our squad is amazing. I still don't think our squad is amazing. I still think it's a little bit imbalanced. I don't think it's an incredible squad. I think we've got a good squad, and I think we've got a squad that should more than challenge for the playoffs. And we should more than challenge. We still have Archer. We don't know for definite. We don't know. We're not 100% sure. If your Spurs signings so far at Saints, there are more hits than misses. Unfortunately, we keep missing in the striker department. Excuse me. Larin, I hope, is better than the clips and stats look. No, I agree. I agree. A lot of people talking about Armour and the big misses. Look at the big chances that Armour's missed. I think he was a part of the problem. However, he did score one of the most important goals in our history. He did. He did. Without question. It doesn't matter what happened at St Mary's. We will still support the team. Yeah, we love our team, don't we? There could be. There could be. Who knows? We will find out within the next couple of hours for sure. It will all come out, I'm sure, and we will find out. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't get too much on it, to be fair. One of the places that I don't get too much abuse, which is good. But I will do my day job. To the bell end that was in earlier, I will do my day job, and I will continue to do my channel because people love it, and I will keep on doing it. That is for sure. The last 9 we got from Feyenoord, Pele. God, he was quality, wasn't he? Absolutely quality. No, I appreciate that, Andrew. It's very kind of you. I try not to let things get to me, but yes, we've had a difficult couple of weeks as a family and stuff. We've had a lot go on as well, and I kept on doing this actually whilst there was a lot going on behind the scenes. Annika lost her dad. I've not said it on the channel. Her dad passed away the first week in January, quite suddenly, out of nowhere. He passed away. She's not watching actually, which is probably a good thing because she's still very emotional. So her first day back at work actually today. So as a family, it's been a pretty horrific couple of weeks for her. And yeah, we've pulled it together. We've pulled together. I've kept doing the content. I've given her support, the girl support, and it's been it's been probably the toughest start to a year I think we've probably ever had. So I'm proud to have done this channel and manage that alongside everything else. So when you get a bloke be a fucking dick like he was a minute ago, you've got no idea, pal, what goes on in people's lives. I don't swear very, very often, but yeah, what we've been through the last couple of weeks has been mega, mega tough for us. Right, not going to lose my rag, which I could do quite easily. Who is the current 9 for Feyenoord who kept Lauren out? I don't know. I will have a look and find that one out. I will have a look. Thank you, Roy. I appreciate that. Very, very kind of you, my friend. Appreciate that, Justin, as well. You've been a massive support to me. You've been an absolute legend. Yeah, appreciate that, mate, as well. I really, really appreciate that. I do want to... Tony, Anarchist Dad, actually was a massive viewer of the channel. He didn't like football, but he watched all my match day vlogs. And our last conversation, we actually sat on his sofa on Christmas Day, and he asked me about my interview with Leo, and it was yeah, it was like, yeah, it was the last conversation. We were talking about my channel and what we do, and yeah, it was just it's nice. Losing parents is really hard. Best wishes to family. I've not been there, thankfully, and yeah, I'm gonna go there at some stage. I know it, but yeah. I love that one. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. I don't often give out personal stuff online, but I don't care. Most of the people in here are regular viewers of the channel that are decent human beings, that are nice, polite, and just genuinely lovely, lovely people. Such a respectful community that we've got. Still nothing from Wolves, still nothing from Saints. So what I will do is react to it at some stage later on in the show. It's been a privilege. I've enjoyed bringing you the show. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed talking about it. I do want to go and have some dinner, and I do want to go and catch my breath. Don't have any guests on, so it's just me talking to you, which is a bit of a mission. Well done, mate. Thanks for doing all this. No, it's been good fun, mate. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy talking about football. I enjoy talking about the channel, and I enjoy talking about the Saints. What it's all about, isn't it? Right, I'm going to leave it there. I feel pretty tired. Got to be pretty cool if you'd do it. Don't think it'd be that easy. Yeah, I'd go as far to say there's 100 good uns to every bad person. Yeah, I just find that I'm going to, mate. Absolutely right. Thank you so very much, every single one of you who has tuned in. I'm losing my voice now. I've really enjoyed it. Stay tuned for my video later. I'll react to anything that happens, and I'll share it on the channel, and anything else I get as well. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.